What's up, boys? Today we're going to be firebombing the zombies out of existence. So the main thing we're going for here is the SWAT pyro synergy, where the helicopter strike leaves a trail of fire in its path. To go with that, we've got pyro, of course. We're also trying out a bit of fire trail, planting mines on its path. So we're going SWAT, tank, pyro, and then we also have the mines leave a burning area after exploding, which deals fire damage. So lots of different caster abilities that can then proc other stuff, mostly fire-based here. We're going both types of cooldown reduction, some tank stats, ability area and duration, and then weapon attack speed and movement speed. There's an item that gives you some cool caster stats based off of movement speed, and that also helps in the early game. I think it's ability damage, area, and duration maybe? Let's just have auto attack on for now. Or auto aim, I guess. And then if I want to swap that back later on, we can, but I think it's probably fine for a caster-based build. So we're going to try and max out the helicopter first and see how that does here. Try and get items that are very cooldown reduction based. There's one of them that's a 15% chance to reduce the cooldown by half for any ability that triggers, and also one that reduces all flat cooldowns whenever you crit with a weapon with a bit of a cooldown on that effect. But we just want basically a constant stream of helicopters coming out, dropping firebombs everywhere. Well, I'd like to get level 2 so we can actually get the helicopters, but god, it takes so long to get the levels here. Looks like one more XP now. Okay, here we go. Helicopter strike. Very long cooldown by default, but it should destroy anything in the path currently. So hopefully we get a decent one once that comes out, and then that'll probably get us some more levels. I can pull them through the path here to get a bit of extra, and the magnets, although it's already pretty close anyways. Minus 5-second cooldown, that's pretty nice. Let's get the turrets going. More turrets. Here's the pyro, very nice. So I guess on the next helicopter that comes out, it should start dropping the fire trails now. Let's see, we can get more explosive stuff. I think I'm gonna level the turret for now, try and get our evolution since that one's ready for it now. Helicopter, yup. Now we have 2 evolutions ready. Oh yeah, there's a tiny little fire trail directly in the middle. That might not be a good idea to build around, but I'm gonna try it anyways. So I think we do take this to add more bombs to it, and then the chemical effect will slow them down a little bit, as well as a tiny amount of damage. Let's go here. It has a pretty long duration, so we can kite stuff through it to AoE them down a bit. Mod ship could be good to help trigger the solar panel. What is that? Oh, it's money behind it. I was wondering what that icon was. Let's banish something useless like that. And I think I will take that for the combo because we're going to have some extremely fast attacking characters here, even though we're not really a weapon build. The SWAT And the tank and the pyro all have great weapons for that. I don't mind some survivability. Oh, ability damage, or a caster ability here. Put that on the SWATs. The assault rifle for SWATs, minigun for tank. We can grab more cocktail here. And the flamethrower for the pyro. Two turrets which fire explosive bullets. The other one gives you 3 turrets each time, and they taunt enemies as well. So that sounds more useful. A lot more damage, and then also you're getting a lot of survivability from the taunts. We will have a decent amount of the explosive tag, I think, but we're not really using it for our main ability. And it's just a bit of extra damage, mainly, I think. So for the cocktail, spins and spreads the fire and explodes on burnout, or more freezing to help buy us some space. I think I like that. Especially trying to make a build work without medic. I think we're going to need a lot of crowd control effects wherever we can find them. Gonna have a lot less healing and CC, I think, since she has some of the best freezing tags in the game as well. Here, that's the explosive again. Oh, Firewalk has the synergy with the tank once we get him, where it will drop his mine sometimes as well. And then I think the mines also can drop fire areas with the other synergy between them. Something like that. Fire drops mines, which drops fire. That's pretty good. Once we get the evolution, we'll do a whole lot right now. Here we go. 3 turrets, taunt enemies for 5 seconds. Sounds quite useful when we're going to be getting the cooldown on it pretty low later on. So now we're looking for the tank. Already this many. What is happening, dude? It's 5 minutes in. Here we go. So I think I'll take a point in the minefield so we can drop those with the firewalk. I'm assuming you need both of them for the synergies to work, although I haven't really tested that too much. Let's get the duration and the cooldown improved on this. Here we have a cooldown based thing. Let's finish that. Oh, you know, actually, I'm going to lock this and then take this to improve the stats we gain from military training, since that's responsible for your biggest stat increases throughout the run. We're never going to take weapon damage for this build. Attack speed is okay, since it will help trigger some of the items, so I think we'll take that. And who do I want that on? Probably the flamethrower, I guess, will be the fastest attacking and hitting the widest range of enemies. We will eventually want those to attack fast. For now, let's get some more taunts going. Bombing Strike has some pretty good AoE. We can grab that. More Firewalk. Get the Minefield up for that synergy. Not super useful. I guess we'll take the drones because they're constantly active at least. Ability-based builds do seem to have a bit of an issue with consistency early on, because a lot of the cooldowns start extremely high. Like the Helicopter Strike here, a 45-second cooldown I think it was on the very first level, is honestly pretty insane. Get that up to level 5. Rare dodge chance for a bit of survivability, sure. Probably gonna need it without the medic. I think we will take the chemical firewalk. The other one makes it constantly active. It has a bit over a third uptime currently, but since we're mainly looking for ability haste anyways, we should eventually get that up to 100% uptime, so it will add a bit of extra damage and slowing effects. That one does only appear after the firewalk fades, though. I guess it's after the fire on the ground fades, not the ability itself. That's what it looks like there. More taunting here. I actually kind of do want to try some of the burning stuff because of how much burning stuff are triggering. Both the SWAT and the tank are both proccing burning based stuff. So I actually want to try this exploding one, I think. I'm not sure on that. That doesn't really sound necessary, so it'd basically just be improving the proc chance and the small amount of damage. But having basically every enemy in the game constantly exploding does sound kind of cool. Oh, he's right where we came from, it looks like. Let's get that up to level 4. Another level in the minefields. I actually forgot what the minefield evolutions are since I haven't played a caster tank in a bit. So I might have to go through a few levels there to see what both of them do. Level 2 there, bit of extra AoE. I I do know that turning the bombing strike into the single chemical bomb is pretty bad. Tried to build around that and it didn't work out too well, even though we were hitting almost the entire screen. But the other one has no drawback and makes them electrical, so they'll have a chance to stun. So that should be pretty helpful this time around. We can banish that. I could take that for a bit of extra XP right now. 3 tags is currently 3. We can probably hit at least 5 or 6. Actually, kind of like that to help us out with the early game where it's pretty slow. Get that up to level 5. Yeah, that's the bad one. Count down to 1. Massive AoE, okay damage. But, I mean, having 7 times as many is probably just going to end up being more damage anyways. Let's get that up to level 5. Deal additional slashing damage. If you can get up to 10 tags, the bleed effect is very good, but without that, it's a bit on the weak side. The 5 times damage is just so good. Let's see what the other one is before I commit to that. And then this guy's a bit of attack speed, so his flamethrower would be pretty good here. Get that up to level 4. Let's see, XP crit damage, that's pretty bad. We need to get the banhammer to start getting rid of stuff. We can try that since it's pretty early on. The issue is the XP bonus is just fairly low, since you're going to have to get at least multiple levels to make up for it. The military trainings are much better than actual character level ups. Like on military training you get like 5 or 10 movement speed, something like that. Let's get the axe, I guess. Blowtorch has pretty good attack speed as well. And then on the character level ups, the movement speed value is +2, which is insanely bad. And then a lot of the stats have pretty heavy diminishing returns now as well. We can get some levels on that, I guess. That's the same one still. I'm gonna see what the other one is first. That's decent. I think the helicopter does apply that. You can banish that. I think I'm going to go ahead and grab this so we can get some of our abilities out a bit more often. Ah, there's just nowhere to move and we're 12 minutes into the game! This is why it feels like medic is basically required, because there's just so much unavoidable damage already. Same thing. Let's try and get the other bombing strike so I can at least get some nice AoE crowd control, I think. Nope. It's bio weapon every time. Oh, taunt! Okay. That would give us a lot of taunting. I'm down to try that. So we have the turrets, the minefield, and the bomb. And somehow I still can't move anywhere. Ability duration. That'll work on turrets and fire trail. I guess we can take that. On the turrets, I don't think the helicopter has any duration. So probably pyro for that. Where's the tank hiding? He has a buff over here, which is not bad. I think pyro will be the best though. So we still need the lightning bombs, even after all of those rerolls. Yeah, let's grab a level in that so we can get some decent weapon stats every once in a while. Legendary crit damage. I love ability cooldown, but I don't think we can pass that up. I want to basically ban almost everything. Health regen no longer works. Every time I take this, I regret it, so we're going for the other one. We can get that to hit with weapons a bit more often. I want to get the banhammer item so I can trim down the military trainings until we always find ability cooldown, so we can get an absolutely insane amount of helicopters out. Banish that, and that's decent right now. We can try it. Don't think I'm gonna keep it around forever, but it's fine for now. Here's the supercharge. MP bombs instead, dealing electric damage, and then that will have a chance to stun for each of those. We do want that as well. Let's go ahead and get this. Makeshift up to level 5. Electric. The other one just shoots more nails. That will slightly improve our stun chance, as well as applying it through that ability. Health regen, no. Here we go. It does reduce the maximum bonuses, but you'd have to be like one hit from dead to get those anyways, while this will help keep you healthy as well. see, we could level that up to increase the attack speed eventually. Could increase the uptime on that. I think the flamethrower has some pretty good AoE on it once we get there. Decent movement speed, yeah. Here we go, solar panel, that's a nice combo with the mod chip once you get some good attack speed going. Bunch of weapon-based stuff together. Let's banish that and go ahead and grab that. Now we definitely want the flamethrower going to trigger both of those. Blowtorch. And then Fury Unleashed is actually pretty nice now that we can reduce the cooldown on it to increase the uptime, and then the increased weapon attacks will further reduce our cooldown, sort of, with the solar panel. Yeah, let's go ahead and get that up to 5 so we can apply it to the whole team with cooperation. Large increase to the stats as well. Here, we want to get the flamethrower. Blue health regen. It's a pretty bad stat, but with no medic, I mean, it might actually be kind of helpful. Let's get that up to level 5 now. Ability area scaling with pickup. I like that. Giant helicopters. And then I think I do want this one. The fire fits the build. We have a little bit of freezing, and that will help buy me some space. A lot of fire going on now. Could pretty hard to see. More flamethrower. I think you can get some attack speed at some levels on it. And that's the main thing we want on it, so we can trigger the on-crit stuff a bit more often. Let's probably level up some more weapons that are good at attacking quickly to make our crit effects a bit more consistent. The grenade trail, the one time I tried to build around that was extremely, extremely bad. I will get it at some point. I just think we'll probably have more value reducing the cooldown on our big AoE and crowd control stuff here for now. The cooldown goes down a bit. Maybe that was it. Crit chance, probably. The item that gives crit based on your health would actually be extremely helpful, since that would give us both weapon and ability crits. And we're probably not going to get much weapon crit other than that, but we need it to trigger some of the items. I don't think I want any of these. Yeah, let's see if we can find something more useful. Nope. Ability area and duration. We could get rid of that since we've gotten a decent amount of XP from it now and it doesn't really help in combat. And we are starting to get overwhelmed. Get the pistol here, try and eventually get the assault rifle for a very fast attack rate on him. SMG already big step up in his attack speed. Let's get a level in the Ricochet so we have that. That would have been good early on, but we're almost out of them now. Probably too late. Here's the crit chance for both damage types for every 300. What would I give up for that? Maybe Slingshot? Icon is probably trash, but I like it, so we're keeping it. 8 and 12, that's not really super impactful. We might get a couple more, but that seems pretty low impact. I think we'll drop that. Ability damage or some weapon crits. I guess we'll try and scale that up with the health now and just take the ability stuff. Could really use a banhammer though. Sniper, nope. There's nowhere to go. Please, come on, man. There's nowhere to move. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, you literally can't play the game without medic because there's just so much unavoidable damage. God, that's frustrating. So we had 10.7 on the helicopter, 8 on the turrets. Pyro, a few things around 2 to 4 million. And the tank had 6.2 on the sawblade drones. But we just didn't really have a lot of time to get going. Because the game is balanced in a way where there's an insane amount of unavoidable damage, so you always have to take the medic to help you deal with that, it seems like. Like, there is literally nowhere to move. They spawned in a pattern where you have to go through them, and then I died right before I could even get to the heart. That just makes no sense, man. I forgot to spend a couple points for a couple percent of damage for weapons and abilities and a tiny amount of regen. wouldn't really have made a difference there. We could have banished one more thing, I guess. Lead damage. And I guess ability damage, since we mostly go for those. I don't think that would have been a big deal there. But that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.